part 3 of this speech this man gave. That's right, part 3 of a founding father. And I'm just elaborating when he said, and everything he said was it was of dire importance for him to give this speech, because I'm telling you right now, without him giving this speech, the things that became possible for America to become free would have not have took place. The one man gave the speech, and buddy, I'm gonna tell you, it started a revolution that won't wait for back then, and we need to start another one. We need to start another one right now. Right now, I tell you, the winds of change are blowing, people. And I'm telling you right now, we better get on the sailboat and we better ride it out while the winds of change are blowing. And I'm not talking about Obama. Don't you even think about putting me in with him about change we can believe in. I done told you what I think about him. He's ignorant, he's stupid, he don't have enough sense to pour piss out of a boot. Oh, preacher shouldn't talk like that. Well, good grief. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm not your everyday normal empty suit in the pulpit. Do you hear me? I'm an American citizen, number one. I'm a daddy to my children and a husband, number 2. And when you had enough, you had enough. And I've had enough. And I'm trying to spur you to have enough. Well, he's doing hate speech. No, I ain't. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Listen to me. They put almost naked women on television and flaunt that garbage and everything else, and I can't speak the truth. Hey, they better go back and read the Constitution, buddy. What about free speech? That's right, what about free speech? Guess what? Till the day I die, I'm going to tell the truth. Till the day you die, you should start telling the truth if you ain't. Listen to what he said. He said, our supplications have been disregarded and we have been spurned with contempt. Listen, from the very foot of the throne. In vain after these things we may indulge the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. There's no longer any room for hope. If we wish to be free, if we mean to preserve and violate those in our privileges for which we have been so long contending, if we mean not basely to abandon the noble struggle in which we have so long engaged, which we have pledged ourselves never to abandon until the glorious object of our contest shall be obtained, we must fight. I repeat, sir, we must fight. An appeal to arms and to the God of hosts is all that is left us. It's time. It's time for us to rise. It's time for men to be men again. It's time for you to quit the whorehopping, man. It's time for you to put somebody else before yourself. It ain't about you, and it ain't just about me. It's about every one of us. Do you understand me? Put somebody in front of you. Put your wife ahead of you. Put your kids and family ahead of you, man. Grow up and be a man. Do you understand me? Quit listening to this stupid garbage that is diluting your mind. Quit listening to the garbage. Get your mind filled with truth. 3 to 10% of people ever even pick up a book to read it in America. You know why? Because they got that one-eyed devil called a television to look at all the time. Average person spends 6 hours a day in front of a television. And the television speaks nothing but lies to you. Even the religious channels, most of them have liars on them. Well, what are you telling me? I'm telling you to turn it off. I'm telling you to sit down at the table with your family. I'm telling you to open up a book that's got a document of the Declaration of Independence. Open up this book right here, the Bible. You've tried everything else, man. Try the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and try this Bible. Don't listen to some stupid professor that's liberal. Don't listen to some stupid Republican that calls himself a conservative when he ain't. See? Let your yay be yay, your nay be nay. Anything else makes you a hypocrite. Well, I voted for the war before I voted against it. You're unstable. You ought to be put in a psychiatric ward, John Kerry. Did you hear me? John McCain, I voted for immunity for illegal aliens. Well, I see the American people don't want it, but he still didn't say that he didn't want it anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Huh? Well, Obama don't want nothing to do with the war. Now he's over there trying to do some political picturizing and get himself on video where he'll look good to some in the middle. Get out of the middle and get off the right and get off the left and get on the American side, my friend. Because I'm going to tell you something. The symbol for the America is the eagle, but guess what? Both the wings are going to be plucked. Did you hear me? You got a left wing and a right wing party. Both the wings are going to be plucked. They fought and fought and fought among each other. And by them doing that, they've made the American people fight against each other. That's exactly right. Let's come together, American people. Let's tell the government, let's tell the leaders, let's tell them all, from the mayor to the president, that we have had enough. We've been overtaxed, fuel's too high, food costs too much, you're still living in luxury, and we're struggling to make ends meet, and we've had enough of your garbage. It's your fault. Tell them. Liberal, tell them. Tell them, conservative, it's your fault, you politician, that we're in the mess we're in. But it's also my fault because I let you get too much power. See, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's exactly where we're at, my friend. Fellow American citizens, I come to you tonight telling you that it's time that we made a change. That it is time that we stood up. That it is time we said no more. That it is time that we had liberty or we had death. And you better to be dead than you ought to be a slave any day of the week. I'd rather be in a cold, dark grave than to sell my soul to the devil or to sell my freedoms for something security that they can't even give us. That's right. I'd rather be in a cold, dark grave than to sell my soul for some tyrannical government that could care less about me and you both. Amen? You ain't even got to be a Christian to say. Just say amen means I agree and I believe. Let me move on with this document. Listen. He says, tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be the next week or the next year? Listen to this. I mean, when will we do something, American people? Are we going to wait till next week? Are we going to wait till next year? You know, there's not ever been a better time than now for the resolve of the American people. I'm not preaching no political message to you. I'm sick to death of politics. It makes me want to throw up when I hear it or when I see it. I can't hardly stomach it. You know why? Because there's something inside of me that knows the truth. And I know they're not telling me the truth. They're not telling you the truth. I'm talking about Democrat and I'm talking about Republicans are liars. Did you hear me? I'm telling you that CNN lies. I'm telling you that MSNBC lies. I'm telling you that Fox News lies. I'm telling you that CBS lies. I'm telling you that ABC lies. They're all a bunch of liars. They're controlled by elitists with a bunch of money. They're told what to say, when to say, and how to say it. Hey, I'm telling you right now, that ain't a sign of freedom. They're a bunch of puppet slaves. That's all they are, is a bunch of puppet slaves. And if the business people on Fox News would come out and tell the truth of what they know, they probably wouldn't have a job tomorrow. But you know what? I'd rather be somebody that told the truth without a job than a liar to keep his job. Because all liars are going to go to hell. I don't care whether you're Christian or not, it's the truth. All liars are going to burn in hell. Revelation 21:8. The fearful, the cowardly, the unbelievers, the whoremongers, did you hear me? And all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire. Fearful. That's a coward. Are you a coward? Are you afraid to stand up and voice your truth of what's right for the American people? Are you scared of somebody that wears a little suit that has security all around him? You know why he needs security all around him? Because he's scared to death that somebody's going to get sick of his mess and something's going to happen. Yeah, it ain't because that they so important that they make such a difference. It's because they're scared to death of what's going to happen to them. Well, you know what? You and I don't have that. We don't have no Secret Service. We don't have no bunch of bodyguards. Couldn't afford them if we wanted them because they stole our money for years. I'm coming up with another part. Stay with me. Like I said, flames of fire tonight. Watchman on the wall. Be back in a minute.